Srividya.
Guruji, my doubt in shloka number 20, just by doing this Soma Yagam, Soma something, if somebody can go, everybody can do that Yagam and go to heaven. So what is the speciality of that Yaga?
How come our neighbors are not doing so? How come Somayajis are not walking around these corridors? That is the question. Srividya's question. So I think it is like Putragameshti Yaga. These yagas and all, it requires a lot of money to do all these yagas. It is not straightforward, and average people cannot do this. Average people cannot do it. Middle class people cannot afford it. What about upper class people? Upper class people anyway are getting this Aishwaryam from other means. So they are not yet thinking about this Swarga. For them, this itself is Swarga. So that's probably why we don't see all these things. This Somayajulu. So those days, a movie called Shankarabharanam came, and very famous movie those days. And Shankara, like that, all the beautiful songs were there. We used to hum all the time. And so there, this actor's name is Somayajulu. Means what? Somayajulu means a Somayaji, one whose tradition comes from a tradition of those people who know the Somayaga. So it's definitely out there. But why they don't do? There could be other reasons also. They're shortcuts. Why you have to spend money and do all these things? And is there a way to find, Kali Yuga, right? So is there a way to go to Swarga without spending money and all these things? Maybe they're thinking like that. So it cannot be easy. It cannot be easy.
That's the case. Everybody can do that. This yaga and go to, and just by drinking this somapana and somarasa, and we can enter all these things. This is a bit confusing here.
No, it's not confusing. You can. The Veda talks about a Somayaga, which will reduce your papa to such a point where you can actually go to Swarga.
Is he suggesting
it's like our Yaga that we are seeing in Kathopanishad. It may require doing a lot of dhanam. It may require us to go to the streets. Yeah, it's not easy to do Somayaga and all. Simply we can't going to Swarga just by throwing some ghee in the fire. You can't go to Swarga. Not possible. No, not possible. We'll have to find out. Somehow Satish ji can find out. Satish ji is very knowledgeable and all this. Very Satish. There he is. Hey, Satish ji, I think you have access to sources, I think. Find out. I'll talk to Panchavakesha here when I get a chance. But if you can find out more about Somayaga, what is it? Ask them exactly this question that Srividya asked. First, is this true of Somayaga? Krishna talks about it. Second, how come we are all not doing Somayaga?
Maybe the technology is lost. Also, that plant is not available. Maybe that Soma plant.
Check with them. They know, these karmakandis know all these things. I like to hear from them. I think we should talk to them about this because this is their topic, not our topic. If you really want to know, I think we should talk to them. Yeah, Haraprasad ji, go ahead.
So, Mahodaya, Trividyaha really means a person who knows all the four Vedas and which are in Padyarupa, Gadyarupa or Ganarupa.
Correct.
Correct? So, that is the reason why Trividya translates into Chaturvedi.
Correct. That is the reason. Right.
Okay. And the other thing is, what is Puta Papaha? How does the word coined?
Puta. Pu is to purify. That word pu and purify. Look at the purify, English word pu, comes from the Sanskrit pu, which means to purify. Okay. Putaha means purified. one whose papas are purified. Purified means neutralized. It's
I
called
see.
the papa.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Got it. And one more question is, I wonder how after Gayatri, Vijayasundaram came into it. What order it is going?
Okay, good question. So we need to have Vijay or somebody come in and.
Yeah, no, actually, Gayatri ji just came. It was going, last was Sukanya ji, after which Vijay Sundar ji was supposed to do it.
Okay.
Okay, when she unmuted, we spotlighted, that's all.
No problem. Okay. So we are going in the right order, Harprasad.
Shamita Mahodaya, I think you unmuted me, so I thought it is my turn. So,
Oh,
the first unmuted me, it came. So I thought it is my turn.
okay. No,
Yes, I have not spoken.
No,
You
that's
need to-
okay.
you
I
need to
was
twice
just
unmuted, but I couldn't understand. Then I,
okay. Dhanyawad, Mahodaya.
I got the message, the host unmuted me.
Oh, I see.
Yeah, I get that too all the time. I think that happens when we already mute ourselves and you mute us again. I think we get that unmute message or something. I get that all the time.
Yeah, I get also all the time.
Yeah.
So let's see.
It gives an option, stay muted or unmute.
So I muted everybody now.
Yeah,
Even
now we
I
are-
also
I
do
got
get
that unmute message now.
Many times it comes.
Oh. Okay. So I muted. Nobody got a message now, correct?
I got it. I got the message.
I got it too, Jack Magic.
I got it.
Host muted you.
So if we are already
Guruji,
muted and you
Yeah,
muted,
I got it.
actually,
And now
Guruji,
I
when
just
you
now
use that
unmuted.
mute all button, no, at the bottom, mute all.
Vijay, can you pause this recording? I think we don't need this. So
Jagamaji, my question is, even in Vishnu Sahasranama, this comes, no? Soma va murdava soma, purujit purusattama. So is that the similar context?
it has to be similar, I think. I mean, I have not studied the Shankara's Bhashyam of Vishnu Sahasranamam. We have to see it. You can look it up. If you have access to it, you can look it up and see what Shankara says. Somapaha. Yeah, obviously. I don't see why the context should be any different. Yeah, Somapaha. Correct. Hariji, go ahead. Hari Om.
My apology for my ignorance. When we address a guru sitting on the Vyasapida, should we address him as Guruji or Mahodaya? Which is appropriate?
Right. So, when we started this class, I actually addressed this question long ago, and so some people call it different names. That's understandable because you don't know what to.
This is out of my ignorance. I should know. I don't
It's out
want
of
to.
it is out of everybody's ignorance only, not just your ignorance. And so so I said, some people call me Swamiji, and I said, no, I don't want to be called Swamiji because I'm not a Swamiji, and because Swami has a specific connotation in our parampara, Arshavidya. Swamitvam has to be given. The Diksha has to be given. Sannyasa Diksha, only those who are sannyasis in our Arshavidya parampara are called Swamis. Therefore, you don't call me Swami, I say. Then what should we call you? So, you can call me anything. You can call me Jaykumarji, call me Mohammed.
I would like to do the correct thing.
Listen to me. I'm saying you can call me anything I'm saying. I cannot assign any status to myself. I don't give any status to myself.
No, don't treat yourself as...
I don't give a status to myself. Did you hear that?
Yeah, I got it. Anybody who sits...
Therefore, you can call me anything you want. You can see so many people have called me by different names. That's fine. Call me. Just whatever you're comfortable with, you call me. That's all. Okay. So Haraprasad and all, they are elder to me and we've studied together and all that. So his relationship with me is a little different. So you may choose to call me in a particular way. So just be comfortable. Be comfortable, and so there is no exception here. In the sense, I will not. I'm comfortable with whatever however you call me.
Okay.
Question, Harish.
So can you kindly explain once more about the 3 Vedas? One is poetic, is Rig Veda, and Gadya is Yajurveda. And
so Rig Veda is the first Veda.
yeah,
Rig Veda is metrical. Metric chandas is there. And so it is called Padyam. Padya Rupa Vedaha Rig Vedaha. Gadya Rupa Vedaha Yajur Vedaha. So let me show you Yajur Veda. 1 second. So I'm just, it's a thick book here that I got. It's called Taittiriya Brahmanam. So one section of the Yajurveda. Okay. So if you open this book, any page, this is how it look. This is how it look. Okay. So it's basically like a paragraph, like an essay, like a book. Any novel you pick up, that's how it will look. And constantly you just keep on. Purarna Indro Bhagava Dadatu Dhanani Shakro Dhanya Suradha Arvachinam Krunudaya Chito Manaha. Like this, it keeps on going. Some sentences are long, some sentences are short. So this is called Gadya Rupa Vedaha, Yajur Vedaha. And then Nagana Rupa Vedaha, Sama Vedaha. So from that perspective, they call it like that.
So if I have rightly understood, the Gadya is Yajurveda and Padya is Samaveda.
Padya is Rig. In the terms of like a poem, Chanda will have metrical.
Okay.
Yeah.
And Samaveda will be
Gana Rupam. So it is. You can't say it's poetical. You can't say it is prose. And because it's sung, that way of singing, way of chanting is emphasized there.
So then Adharvana Veda will come under what category?
Yeah, it has to be one of these 3.
Oh, okay.
Therefore, there is no need to talk
okay.
about
Okay.
That is the idea.
Jaykumarji, I have a question similar to the lines that Hariji asked. You don't assign status to yourself so people can call you anything. Why do you call some people like G and some people by their first names? I mean, you can call everybody G or you can just call everybody by their first names.
So your question is what?
Why do you address people differently in the class? Like some people you'll call them by their first name. Some people you'll say first name and then put G, like Mahesh G. Or some people you'll just say Swapna or Bhagya or something like that. Why is that you make a difference between your students?
Right, because Swapna, I know Swapna from long ago, 2006 I know her. And I've been calling her Swapna. And so now also I do Swapna. And I think she used to calling me Jaykumarji long ago. And so she's calling me Jaykumarji. That's it. There ends that story. And then Haraprasad, sometimes I will say Haraprasad, sometimes I will say Haraprasad ji. And it varies. You don't ask me how and why it varies and all that. It just varies. And so, I mean, I don't see any difference. Sometimes if they are, sometimes if they're much older than me, I will definitely address G. You generally use the word G for them because, just the fact that they're older than me, they deserve best from respect. So there I use G. So that also I use sometimes. Okay.
I asked this question so that I wanted to be correct. I
am just asking because I see the difference when he calls it like that.
I thought I should not.
No, no, no. It has nothing to do with you, Hariji. I am
No, no,
asking.
no, no. I didn't. No, I asked this question only to ensure that that is a process of learning.
So
that
therefore,
not
therefore,
only here, elsewhere, whosoever is sitting on the Vyasapida, I should only for my awareness.
so if anybody does not like, if I call somebody without saying G or something, if they didn't feel bad about it, they let me know. Let me know. I don't have problems saying. So if Deepa is there, Deepa, generally I will say Deepa. Okay. So
I would prefer if you call me my name.
Yeah, first name is fine. I mean, you
Fine.
don't have to
G
call your
is not
students
required.
G or something like that.
I
It looks like you're our guru and you're calling us G. It looks very odd.
I would prefer
in our ashram, our Swamijis will say G sometimes, and so they
Yeah, but it looks very odd when you are our teacher and you are in a higher position. You deserve the respect, but like I'm not saying it's not unrespectful. It just is very odd. It looks very formal. It doesn't look like guru addressing a student.
Guruji, birthday change for all of us.
Yeah, you should change it. First name is fine. I mean, for everyone, or just call G to everyone.
Yeah.
Mohiniji,
So
just to give you some background, Swamiji, Puja Swamiji would address my mother, Amma, right? Kanchana Amma. She's so much younger, right? For him,
No, but here almost like
Puja
I'm
Swamiji.
trying to be less formal. I just like as a guru, he doesn't have to address us as G. That's what
But
I'm
I think
saying.
we have to just leave it to him, right? Meaning he knows.
But that's what I just said that. I asked him a question. I never said that don't call me.
No,
G.
I didn't question at all. I didn't even. I just wanted that I do the right thing.
No, it's
I
not
do
about
the. I do the right thing for me.
No, Hariji, we have moved on from your topic. You are talking about what you should call me. She is talking about what I should call others. So the topic.
Guruji, even not you. I wanted to know in general, as a learning process, how should I address anybody sitting on the Vyasapida?
The answer to that is, if you can say G to anybody, in Tamil Nadu, there are communities where even our Parameshwari, who is from Sri Lanka, they address their children as Pongo Vanga only.
Yeah, correct.
So we can do that to everybody.
In Urdu, they always, even the newborn baby will be called Aap. They never, the parents. Aap only. Newborn baby, Aap.
So I think that's
no tutum.
I think that's a great tradition. I think we should just revive that tradition. Yeah. Because
I think it's a mutual respect, what Jaikumar Ji is telling. And also it shows our culture too. Unless
no problem with culture. I just asked him
absolutely.
why the difference. He can address as whatever he wants. I say, why is the difference? My question. That's all. Address everybody as first name or address everybody as G. That's all.
So I think
everybody should be G. Doesn't matter what their age.
Did I answer your question or not, Mohini? Mohini. Now
No,
you'll
I
ask me
think
why
it
Mohini.
depends on what you call from now on to everyone.
See,
it has to be uniform.
Now you're saying it has to be uniform.
So from now onwards, everybody call me. From now onwards, everybody call me as Maharaja.
So okay. So some constraints are being put. So we will see. I'll try my best. But
it's fine. Whatever
you're right. Everybody should be addressed as a G. I think I like that idea.
It's tradition. That's what it is.
Please, Marty, don't call me G.
I know it looks very odd. See?
No, don't call me G.
Yeah.
I won't have a problem. I won't have a problem. Bhagya Ji, Swapna Ji, and who else I call by first name, Mohini Ji, and everybody. See, Venkatraman and all slightly elder, so Venkatraman Ji is normal. But the Raghavan, I generally call Raghavan because he's much younger than me also. But Raghavan Ji, I can call. I won't have a problem. Whether he has a problem or not, we don't know. We'll have to check with him.
I think you should not address anybody as G. When I was in Delhi,
I think you should address G, Jaikumar Ji, happy birthday.
Yeah,
let's wish him happy birthday. And Jaikumar Ji, long live Jaikumar Ji. We really appreciate your help. We are ever grateful to you.
Thank you. Thank you all very much. Thank you all very much. And
Jagannathji, when I was in Delhi, after working for so many years, in my organization, people used to say that putting G to a person make that person distant from the other person.
Yes, it is
Once you
informal,
know,
correct?
yeah, that's what it said. Even it's not a loss of respect.
It's very formal. I'm sorry.
Shows that
It's
you are
very formal.
class. So from that perspective, I think we have been together for a long time. I think you should address all of us as Mohini ji said. I agree with her. You should address us first name, and we address you with G, whether it is Guruji or Vijay. That's my opinion.
I think so. I agree with you, Mahesh ji, 100%.
Where is
Mahesh.
Jaykumarji's free will here? What are we doing here?
Okay. That was his birthday.
Yeah, that is what I.
Oh, happy birthday, Jaykumar ji. Anyway, but still, this is a question you have to
Excuse me. We call him Guru. Guru is next to God. We can call him any way we want. So we call Bhagavan. Kadavule, Yenda, we call him in singular. Sometimes we want to talk to him personally. We call him by all names. So you have freedom to call you as you want, as you feel, I think. So at the same time, I request Jaykumarji to address me as Rukmini Amma.
Oh my God.
Yes, that is how Srinivasanji, and as Swapna said, in the ashrams, all the sannyasis, they used to address ladies irrespective of their age, Amma. You agree, Jaykumarji?
yeah, I mean, I think so. We say Amma in the ashrams.
Yes.
And everybody is Amma. All women we call Amma.
I think I am okay with first names only, Jaykumar ji.
Okay. Okay. Since opinion is divided amongst you, we'll see how it flows. And I also will not use my free will. Let's see whatever comes out. And then let's take it that way. Okay.
Wish you a very happy birthday, Guruji.
Happy birthday again.
Yeah, happy birthday.
Thank you very
Have
much.
a nice day.
Have you, and the whole episode of how you described the Bhokta Kartritva and all today with the practical, this thing of dinosaurs and the smoke and the four senses. I was thinking, oh, this description is marvelous. He takes us from, I don't know, just the ordinary to the extraordinary, and you can really, your descriptions hold us spellbound, and the narration is so good. Thank you ever so much.
Thank you. Thank you.
Many.
Better. Yeah. Yeah, Vaidya is there. Vaidya, go ahead. See, Vaidya, if you ever ask why are you calling him Vaidya? His name is Vaidyanathan. And neither Vaidyanathan G nor Vaidyanathan. Now I have shortened the name also Vaidya. That's because from Purdue days I know him. And he's been calling me JK and I've been calling him Vaidya. That's why Vaidya came out suddenly. So trying to put nuts and screws on this is somewhat... okay, go ahead, Vaidya.
Yeah, happy birthday to you. And I wanted to just change the topic a little bit. You showed the one bhagam of Yajurvedam, right? That itself was such a thick volume. And you probably know people who know the entire Yajurveda by heart.
Yes.
Correct?
I do. Yeah, I do.
And so you can imagine how much effort a person would have put in learning the entire, Yajurveda by heart. And no wonder Hindu society gave respect to such people, such learned people.
Right. So
Isn't that amazing?
If you think about memorizing, see, as kids, we also memorized a lot. All the songs we know by heart. Okay. Why? Because a song is easily memorized without our know. In fact, we don't memorize; it just goes inside and sticks, just stays there. And you listen to it 3, 4, 5 times, you get it. And so, song, Samagana. So there, the Sama must be easier to memorize. Then the Rig must be easier to memorize because it is poetical, like Bhagavad Gita. Bhagavad Gita is easy to memorize, but you come to Yajurveda. Then I'm telling you, I don't know how they memorize. These kids, the other day also I was watching, we were in Peru temple, they were having a full, some 10 days of chanting the Yajurveda. and some young boys were there. And they were all just chanting like this. Occasionally, the boy will just stand up like this and chant, because constantly sitting also is boring, and you have to move around the body a little bit. So he will stand up and chant. Very nice, very cute to watch all this. Very, very cute.
And that too, remembering all the swaras and intonations, it's not just like memorizing. It has to be the correct swara, correct sequence and everything. And then some of the words, the way they have to pronounce and everything. It is amazing, Vedic chanting. Just to remember like one Purusha Sukta or something when we do our Vedic chanting is like, we have to look at the book, we will forget the swaras. And it is like that big a Veda to have memorized, that's immense.
Correct. And swaras makes it easier to memorize. Okay, swara makes it easier to memorize. So that way, because Om Sahana Bhavatu, Sahanao Bhunattu, so that swara makes it somehow.
Remember it, like what comes after what, and then it's just amazing how they memorize it and can reproduce it without mistakes.
Yeah,
it's amazing.
It's a great tradition. Great tradition. Yeah, Vijay, go ahead. Now Vijay is smiling now because I said Vijay ji.
Vijay. So, Guruji, one question. Every action we do will get some papa or punya something, right? Now, the more papa, but if your desire is moksha, you don't want to go to Swarga. So you can still, with the papa, you can go to get moksha also, right?
Okay. So with papa, can you get moksha?
No, not papa. Okay, punya. Let's say dharma and all you have done, you did all that, but you're not interested in going to Swarga. Now, you don't need to exhaust that to get moksha, right?
Correct. So the question is, do I have to exhaust my papa and punya to get moksha? That is the question. This is actually an important question. Because this is the popular idea. Popular idea is what? I have to exhaust my punyam and papam, and it will take many janmas to exhaust, only then I'll get moksha. This is the very popular idea. And that too, Buddhism and all says you have to live 7 lives and all they talk about. So it is, the idea is very popular. Because karma has karma phalam. And so karma phalam keeps either exhausting or adding whatever happens, the mathematics happens. And so only when the karma phala is exhausted, I will get moksha. This idea is there. But the flaw in that is, karma phala is infinite. Because I've had infinite births before this birth. Anadi. Anadi means there is no beginning. Beginningless jiva, this jiva has come such a long way. I mean, I think we have to just meditate on ourselves first. Correct? This jiva, sitting here, will come long way. And so just think about that journey and then just take a deep breath, something like that. That is one way in which I'm thinking now. And having said all that, when is it going to end means, how it can end? Not possible. Infinite karma cannot be exhausted. The even more infinite, more births, if you say, that means there is no end. That is what they say. Therefore, the jnanam becomes even more important. The only way to get moksha is to see that I already have moksha. There is no other way out of this. Even all other people who say you have to go to heaven and all, they have no solution to this. Eternal heaven, they say, and then walk away. It's not like that. So God cannot violate his laws in heaven. Heaven is the only place where these laws don't work, means what? It's not like that. So yeah, that's a good question. So we have to slowly move away from that idea that I have to exhaust my punyam, I have to exhaust my papam, only then I get moksha. That idea is to be given up. Because moksha, aham brahma asmi. Asmi means I am Brahma. Not aham Brahma bhavishyami. Bhavishyami means I will become Brahma, I will get moksha, right? So very fascinating idea it is.
So which means if you have lot of punya for Swarga and all, you have a choice to go. But if you decide not to go also, it's okay. You can still aspire to realize yourself.
Yeah. So if I have a lot of punyam, what will happen to that person? That is the question. Okay. If punyam is there, the force will push that fellow to better and better worlds. No doubt about that. Okay. Animal will get pushed into human being. Martiloka. And Martiloka, guy does more and more good. And where will he go? If the person does not want moksha, definitely he will get more and more artha and more kama, which may push him to a different world altogether. Okay. So it's what is interesting is whatever I want only I will get.
That was.
That you must remember. What I want only I will get.
Now it's clear.
That's the thing we have to remember.
So, Jaykumar, can we use this punya for chitta shuddhi? Like suppose we are doing upasanas and things like that, where we are accumulating a lot of punya, or by karma yoga also, I don't know, like we don't want it, but then like will it give us chitta shuddhi? Like can we, like say suppose we don't want to go to Swarga, but there is punya, then is there any free will? Can we request for or pray to God, Ishvara, to give us chitta shuddhi instead of Swarga?
Right. So therefore, this is a very important thing. What do I pray for is a question. Okay. Kids and all, when they say, we teach them, pray for, what are the things you want to pray for? Do you want your parents to be healthy? Yeah, I want my parents to be healthy. Do you want to be healthy? Yeah, I want to be healthy. So we tell them all these things, they pray. Because praying also, to be taught what you should pray. Do you want to pass in your exams? Yes. Okay, pray for that also. So that's a very good way to do that. And so we do that all the time. But then as we mature, the other day I gave a public talk. And here in our complex, this is what I said. I said, you have changed a lot in your life. What you eat, you have changed because now you are senior citizens. And what you read, you have changed. Okay, those days you were reading some novels and all that. Today you don't read some, Agatha Christie and this. These days I don't know what they read, but some crime thrillers and all you don't read. You're reading books, spiritual books and all you're reading. So everything has changed. Entertainment, movies, picnic and all you used to go, now you've reduced all of that. You changed, your whole lifestyle has changed. Therefore, now you should ask, should I change what I pray for? That also has to change. Because what I pray for is going to be based on what I know. Whatever I know is all I can pray for. If my knowledge has changed, improved, then what I pray for should also change. And therefore, Chitta Shuddhi comes into play. Okay. Moksha comes into play. What is moksha? Help me understand this moksha comes into play. Create all these circumstances where I don't lose sight of Chitta Shuddhi. These are all prayers. These are all valid prayers. When something attractive comes up, help me prioritize my life. Very important.
I was saying Chitta Shuddhi because Punya can't give you moksha. So at least if it gives us Chitta Shuddhi, we are close to Jnana Yogyata. So maybe can we ask Ishvara to do that?
Absolutely. These are very important prayers. For us, these are very important prayers. Give me Chitta Shuddhi. Give me Jnana Dridatvam. Give me Jnana Yogi. Because I have understood some things also. Therefore, give me some Dridatvam on that. We need not always say, I don't know. I know now. And I'm in the process of knowing. So whatever I know, allow me to grasp all that properly. Don't allow me to, forget myself and then do something else. Because Shastram talks about that also. It says, these Panditaha, sometimes they just take off and then say, I know it all. And then they just take off in a different direction. Don't take me into a different direction. Because punya is there. You only said just now, a lot of punya is there. A lot of punya can take me to heaven also. Okay, if I have to go to heaven, I'll go to heaven. I don't know what's going to happen next life. But this life, what I want, I must be crystal clear. So yeah, those are good things to think about. Good question. And what I pray for, we have to really change. We have to really change our prayers, because we are what our prayers are. Correct. What I really want, it's in the prayer is where that my real desires are coming out. Fundamental, basic fears and all will come out in my prayer. So we have to. So Swamiji will say, if you stopped asking for good health, then you are really coming to Vedanta. Means good health is there. You take care of your body, and whatever whatever health you are going to get is it. Give me good health means what? For good health, you have to take care of yourself, and you are taking care of yourself, whatever nutrition, etc. Give me good health need not be a prayer. Give me Chitta Shuddhi. Suppose I ask you, you can ask me only one thing. God comes and says, you want Chitta Shuddhi, or do you want good physical health? Now you are in a spot. They are put on a spot. If you're not clear about this, you will be put on a spot. If you are crystal clear, your answer will be just like a bullet, it will come out. Correct? That's the thing. Because if I ask for physical health, God will give you physical health. But you know what? If everybody wants good physical health, but everybody is dying also. How come if everybody has good physical health, how come they're not dying constantly? God has to say, what can I do? I can't make this mortal body into an immortal body. It's not possible. Even God cannot do it. Therefore, I can say, of course, I love good health, no doubt, but I will shift my prayer. God will give me whatever I deserve. But more than that, this Chitta Shuddhi is extremely important for me. I really want it. I'm going to put it in my prayer. This is my thinking, okay? If you have a different view, let me know. Okay. So that's what Paramathanandaji will say. He will say, if you're an Artha Kama, Arthi, I'm going to put two chairs in front of you. One is Artha Kama chair, another is a Moksha chair. Where will you sit? And then you can't keep doing like this in front of Swamiji, like this. And studying all Viveka Chudamani, and then Kathopanishad, Bhagavad Gita, Upadesha Sahasra, everything, all classes attending very regularly. And then now I'm confused when he asked me to sit on a chair. That means what? Not yet internalized. Help me assimilate all the teachings of Swamiji's like that. That can be a very important prayer. Yeah, Maheshji, go ahead.
So, continuing on this discussion, so the question is like in the past classes, we said Ishvara is a karma phalappada, and we also said that whatever happens to us, whether it's good or bad, is all based on our karma. And we also said Ishvara is avashaha, he is helpless and all that. So with all this background, where does the prayer come into play? Because we are driven by what we have, or what we are going to have is driven by either what we have done or what we are going to do, our karmas. So in which case then what is, and Ishvara cannot grant you anything other than override that. He is not a moderator or modifier. So in what way the prayer helps accept my solace for me?
So good question again. What is the use of prayer when God also has no free will? At least I have free will. Looks like I'm greater than God right now because I have free will, I think, and God doesn't have any free will. So who is greater? So the most important result of prayer, immediate result of prayer, is sublimation of ahankara. This ahankara is the one that stops us from gaining knowledge. Simply put, ahankara means the sense of I, the big sense of I. Okay? And so when you do namaskar itself, leave prayer aside for a minute. The minute you do namaskar to somebody, it doesn't matter anybody. Some neighbors said they're celebrating 60th birthday. Just go there and do namaskar. You know what it does? It says, hey, you are like gods to me today. Okay, today at least you are gods to me. Therefore, I want to do namaskar to you. I'm telling you, that attitude itself will just open up your mind for the Shastra. Because for the Shastram to come inside, my mind has to be open. The Ahankara stops all these things. And then prayer, everyday prayer, namaskar. Asking for something also sublimes my ego. Means clarity must be there. Here, our asking, what we are saying is clarity must be there. We simply don't ask whatever comes, whatever we've been doing all these years. So clarity, antakarana shuddhi I need. If Bhagavan has no free will, if Bhagavan cannot give you antakarana shuddhi, what will happen? That fact that you yourself are asking for it will make you get antakarana shuddhi. Auto suggestion is there. That means you are now clearer and clearer every day. It's like repeating japa. Instead of doing japa, 10 japas in 1 minute, you're doing 10 japas in 10 days. What is the japa? Antakarana shuddhim dadatu. Antakarana shuddhim dadatu. After a while, it becomes you're alert. You're alert to it. Every time you're alert to it. To a point where you don't have to pray. Right? To a point where you don't have to pray, because the prayer is constant. It is there. So yeah, good question. Why do you pray to Bhagavan? So we don't pray to Bhagavan for our sake. We have to do all these things because that dosha, this ahankara and all this dosha is there. The sense of individuality is there, and what we are talking is so grand that sense of individuality has to go. Has to go. Only then I can see the whole. And therefore, prarthana is perfect for that. In fact, it's the greatest gift to humanity is the ability to pray. Yeah, Vaidya, go ahead.
Yeah, Puja Swamiji used to say that prayer is a karma. It can be a manasa karma, vachikam karma, or kaikam karma. A puja is a kaikam karma. A parayanam is a vachikam karma, and a japa is a manasik karma. All of these karmas have karma phala, and that karma phala can be chitta shuddhi, antakarna shuddhi, jnana dadatvam, all these things, right?
Yeah, so prayer is an action, and every action has a result. Therefore, prayer has a result. Prayer has a result. Prayer has to have a result. That's why I said earlier, you will get only what you ask for. I told Vijay that one, right? So punyam, papam and all is there. But what do you want is the question. With papam also, I want to get rid of papam. Yeah, then you will get that. Okay, because I recognize I have papam. So that itself is a big thing. So even papis don't recognize they have papam and all that. So, excellent. All right. Any other bits?
Yeah, Jayakumarji, I was asking, like, scriptures also mention about Ishvara Anugraha. If Ishvara is not capable of doing, then why is Ishvara Anugraha mentioned? Because otherwise, if it is all about self-effort and our prarabdha coming to us, then, why even mention Ishvara? Like the second Shatakam of Bhagavad Gita is about Ishvara and his Anugraha and things like that. So what is the basis for that then?
See, you can go to Advaita only through Dvaita. Nobody just lands into Advaita just like that, parachutes into Advaita.
So for moksha, we do need Ishvara's help. That is the Ishvara Anugraha then.
Right. So Dvaita. So we are all Dvaitins. Every human being is a Dvaiti. Every human being is a Dvaiti. Okay. And because that's how we are born. Parameshwari. So every human being is a Dvaiti. Our vision is only Dvaita Buddhi. So given Dvaita Buddhi, how are you going to go from Dvaita Buddhi to Advaita Buddhi? It is not possible at all. Really, it is not possible. Because it is deeply entrenched over so many karmas, lives it has come. And therefore, Anugraha is very important. Anugraha comes under that Dvaita category only. Bhakta Ishvara is Dvaita only. Okay?
So it is a stepping stone.
Therefore, it's a very important stepping stone. Anugraha is so important, and it will happen also. Just like you digest food is Dvaita, and I need food to for my sustenance, it works. And I can digest, at certain foods I can't digest. Everything is Satyam. Means Laukika, Vyavaharika Satyam. Therefore, Anugraha also is Vyavaharika Satyam. Very important Vyavaharika Satyam. Then you come to a point where you can say, you can look at the whole thing and smile.
The later stage.
At a later stage. But until then, you don't tell people that, this is all free will, Bhagavan ko free will nahi and all. You don't say all these things outside. It is meant for our understanding.
I see.
You have to choose the context before you say all these things.
Okay.
No, I mean, Bhagavan is worshipful. Our culture, that's why our culture is so beautiful. It takes you through the journey to all the devatas and all that, and then you can say hi to the devatas. You are me, I am you. How can I help you? You can tell devatas. Hey Indra, you're going to fall if you behave like this. You can tell Indra. So that is where we go. Therefore, this Shastra is very fantastic. That is why Karma Kanda and Jnana Kanda, two things are there in the Vedas. Some people say, no, the entire Veda is Karma Kanda. There is no such thing as Jnana Kanda. Because you have to go to heaven. So eventually you need karma. Therefore, entire Veda is Karma Kanda. They don't agree. This Upanishad is waste, they will say. Upanishad is useless. Why? Because it doesn't make you do anything. Jaimini Sutra. He says, Anarthakyam atadarthana. Amnayasya kriyatatvat anarthakyam atadarthana. Like that he says, Jaimini. First sutra, he is commenting on Karma Kanda. He says, anything that does not make anything in the Vedas that does not make you do something is a waste. These are all great thinkers, I'm telling you. And so, what does Upanishad tell you to do? Nothing. It says you are the whole. No, it's a waste. You are not the whole anyway. So, yeah, it's a waste of time. Upanishad, you take Upanishad out of Vedas, Vedas is still complete. So he says, Eka Shastravadinaha, they are called. They are called Eka Shastravadinaha. Why? Because Shastram is all karma. Who are we? We are Shastra Dvayavadinaha. We say there is something called Karma Kanda, which has karma phalam, which will take you to Swarga, etc. Swarga is also karma phalam. And then Punarapi Jananam, Punarapi Mananam, we will say. And that is fine. That is Karma Kanda. And then there is Jnana Kanda, which takes you, which is a different thing altogether. To Shastra Dvayam, it's called. Okay. Now it's all, we are tying the dots, right? Joining all the dots here. Shastra Dvayavadinaha. So Shankaracharya, when he writes a commentary, he will, when he gets a chance, he will unfold this idea. He'll bring it out again. Karma Kanda, Jnana Kanda, Shastra Dvayavadinaha, Bhartru Prapancha. He says there is only one Shastra. So he will talk like this, and then he will like counter all those people who say there is only one Shastra. Shankara will say one Veda, all right, but two Shastras. Okay. Very interesting. So we have to stop now. It's about 8:30 here. Good questions. Thanks for all those questions. And let's keep it. I like these questions. I mean, sometimes I don't know the answer. I will say that and I will check with Swamiji, etc. But please keep asking these questions. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you, Jack. Thank you so much, Guruji.
Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya Dhanvantaraye Amrita Kalasahastaya Sarvamaya Vinashanaya Trailokyanataya Shri Mahavishnave Namaha. Thank you. Thank you very much.
Dhanyavada, Guruji.
Dhanyavada.
Thank you.